Hello and welcome to Trade Recap. In this session, we will do recap of our trading today, and I will try to keep this video in under 5 minutes. So, first of all, starting from daily candle. So, monthly candle was bullish, and there was very high probability for monthly candle to fill these wicks to left. And the weekly candle was also bullish. We created a lower wick. There was very high probability for prices to keep pushing up in this 600 pips of range. If I look at daily, the previous daily candle closed with a rejection, and the current daily candle moved above this area 2032 strong resistance area to left uh, in London session. So in New York session, I was waiting for retracement, and then I executed trade on after PPI news. So if I look at my trading today, as I know that I am bullish based on based on higher time frames. If I look at H4 yesterday, we created a very strong support, and prices were right in here when I anticipated that we will break above this resistance area in H4 time frame and we can continue to push up. So that was my whole anticipation. So I came on charts at 1300 hours right in here. If I look at, price was creating a consolidation at that point. We were in this consolidation when I came to charts. So I was planning my trades. Once I came to charts in here, I was basically planning sells based on the fact that previous action candle closed with a little to small body, and there was probability for sells. But once we created a support at 2025 area, I executed buys, but those were very risky buys. So the real trades come after CPI news. So moving forward to that news candle. All right. So this was consolidation. Price was creating for PPI news. I was anticipating buys, executed some buys in this area, 2025 area, in an anticipation that we can push up right on the low of this H1 candle. Later on, I was waiting for PPI news. PPI news came. So this was the news candle. PPI news candle pushed straight up 50-60 pips and then came back down. All right. So when it came back down, if I look at H1, we created a 60 pips of wick to the upside and came back down. So what was the probability that if I execute buys somewhere in this area, that those buys will end in profit? So once we created that lower wick, this was the wick. I executed buys. I executed two buys, placed a stop loss below this H1 area, which is around 40 pips away, but I was planning to take some percentage of my position once we break below this M1 structure. So I have to wait for 10 minutes. Those After those 10 minutes, I got 50 pips and I get out of my position. Later on, the prices kept pushing up, which was 70 pips of move because H1, because higher time frames were bullish and H4 was very bullish. All right, later on, once we created this area, the H1 candle created this upper wick. Later on, first of all, it was dropping and M30 candle closed bearish. So I was planning that if M15 candle has closed bearish and the next M5 candle we are breaking below previous M5 candle low, what is the probability that we can continue to push down? Alright, M30 candle closed right in here. After that, there was my position. Once we come to this area, I was watching, and the price action didn't make any sense to me at that point because M30 was bullish and M30 and M15 were bearish, and M5 candles, two M5 candles were bullish. And once I executed a trade right in here, and we dropped straight in first 5 minutes. So I was thinking, what is the probability for prices to keep pushing down? There was little to no probability in my opinion. That's why I closed this trade. The reason being, for in order for me to execute a trade, M30 candle should close bearish and the next M30 candle should break below the low. Alright, later on the H1 candle closed bullish right in here, so I was anticipating that once we create our structure based on candlestick, we can continue to push up. So I was planning basically buys, but once the M30 candle closed bearish, M15 also closed bearish. So these are first two candles of M30 candle, and we created a support based on M5 time frame. There was my excellent entry for sell for 40 pips of sell, but I missed this trade. So these were the trade ideas that I was anticipating and planning today, and most of them do work out. Later on, uh, I got another chance to execute buys once the M30 candle closed right in here. So once M30 candle has closed, I was basically planning for M15 candle to create a lower low so that I can execute a buy, but that didn't work out. So that's all for today. I will see you tomorrow.